Hey, New Orleans! We are coming back! That's right, coming back to NOLA tonight. We continue our greatest Saints villain bracket, and we try to figure out if Jameis Winston is already a top 10 quarterback in Saints history. Thomas, hit that intro.
Hi guys, this is Jono Barnes. That's Jono, Ralph, not Jono. And you are watching Saints Happy Hour, the #1 Saints fan club and community in the world. Featuring everybody's favorites, Ralph, Andrew, Dave, and Kevin. You guys are gonna love this show. Who that? And cut. Good take, Jono, well done. You ever watch that show? Not at all, have you? Nah, all I heard was that this Ralph guy always mispronounces his names or whatever. This has got time. Let me actually...
Here's my question.
Wow. I really need to do my research before I sign off on these contracts. No wonder Champagne blocked them. Hell, no wonder Champagne left. After watching that, being a Falcons fan won't be too bad.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Saints Happy Hour podcast. Thanks for joining us. Andrew is off doing a bougie vacation, I'm sure. But thanks for joining us. We are live on Twitch. If you aren't, follow us on Twitch. And remember to subscribe to Saints Happy Hour wherever you get your podcast. Smash the like button on Twitch and on YouTube. Also, become an annual patron at patreon.com/Saints Happy Hour to get the best Saints podcast every day and get a month for free. By the way, Smoke Monday t-shirts are shipped. We got about 10 extras, so sign up at the $12 annual level if you want to grab one. We got some left.
You're welcome.
And Dave, you got to remind the people, you know you can support us free every month. If you use Amazon Prime, all you have to do is go to twitch.tv/Saints Happy Hour and type in !sub in the chat. It's that easy. Thomas even made a step-by-step instruction for you. So go ahead and do it, even if you're listening to the audio-only version of the show. And by the way, you can do it every month. It's not just a one-time thing. It's an easy way to support the show. What are we drinking tonight, gentlemen?
I am drinking Great Raft Brewery Grace and Grit. This is a classic here in southern Louisiana. After this, I will be moving to a Ghost in the Machine.
Kevin, what are you?
No booze tonight for me. I am out. So I'm just drinking water with some Pedialyte.
That's depressing, Kevin. Very depressing.
Yeah.
Is it going to be more depressing than the love update? God, I hope not.
Fuck that.
By the way, I'm drinking a strawberry ale in the Saints Happy Hour survival mug. If you become an annual patron, you get this. You should do it. So listen, it's July 5th. Hope everybody had a happy July 4th weekend. There's no Saints news, but there is podcast news. We are doing a live show in NOLA at Port Orleans on September 16th to get you ready for the Saints 2022 home opener versus Tom Brady. We are pumped. Mark your calendars. Clear September 16th.
What is that a picture of? That's a picture of like the lakefront?
Thomas had to scramble. I didn't give him a heads up. He had to scramble. It looks like we're going to get. It looks like I don't even know. Is that like? I don't even know.
Ask me, man. I grabbed the first one from the internet.
Is that like West End?
Yeah, it's something like that. It
like
looks
West End.
Could be like Langes or. I mean,
no, I think I know exactly what that is.
Okay,
that's not the yacht club. I don't know.
No.
Is it the Blue Crab and Oyster Bar or whatever?
Joe's
I don't
Crab?
know. Anyway, it's not Port Orleans, that's for sure.
No, it's not Port. Of course, Port. No.
This is just one of the minor problems you run into when you've got a producer that lives in Poland and has never been in New Orleans.
Minor issue. Put in the Google map. We love Thomas. He's still on track to get the finest meats and cheeses this week. But we are super excited. We are going to have all sorts of fun. We're going to have prizes to give out to people. It's going to be amazing. We might have special guests, opening acts. It's planned, but we're doing it So join us. We are pumped. Zach Street, friend of the program, hooked us up. We're gonna have a good time. Port Orleans. And by the way, we're gonna have. It's gonna be Dave, Kevin, me, Andrew. We're all gonna be there.
Kevin's looking at flights already.
Yeah. Is it Port Orleans Brewing?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll tell you what it is not, and it is not Port of Orleans.
Yeah, the host on this podcast can't get anything right.
Jesus Christ.
But listen, it's going to be the Saints going for a 5th straight win against Brady. And last time we did it, it was tremendous fun.
Regular season win.
Yeah, we did it. We did it the night Joe Burrow won the Heisman, right before COVID.
Oh, that's right.
Ruined the world. It was great fun. We had about 100 people. We did it with the bird calls.
I think this is going to top that.
I think this is going to top that. We're going to, and
I think we're going to have like twice as many people.
I think in this the space there we had was great, but it was a little like it was like we needed to have about 300 people in there. Where this space I think will be better and more interesting, and we're pumped about this. So you want to join us because the Saints are going to kick Atlanta's ass week 1, and then we're going to be pumped. They're going to be 1-0 playing Tom Brady. You're going to want to join us Friday, September 16th. Do it.
Does the talent get free beer? Do we get free beer?
Well, we'll see. We're trying to work out a deal. Maybe we'll hand out cups. We'll give people drink tickets. What I would like to see is Kevin just totally sloshed and like 30 minutes of the live show just be a love update of his. Just him pour his heart out. He's drunk on stage. Wow. He passes out, and then we carry him out like he's a Vietnam warrior.
We don't need to do that now.
Who's gonna play the violin?
We're gonna find somebody. Andrew said he would find somebody, and if Andrew doesn't find somebody, I will find somebody.
Yeah, we got to find somebody to press play.
I mean, the real violin.
We need a real
the real violin.
Yeah, we need real violin. We need a riser. We need audio guy. We need lots of stuff. But we'll have it all. We'll have it already locked and loaded on September 16th. We promise. So listen, the Saints. The only news that they had was Michael Thomas running routes, making cuts, looking pretty good. Dr. Thomas told us on the Twitter Spaces that, hey, if Michael Thomas is running routes and making cuts, that's good because all we see is running a straight line. When he doesn't run in a straight line, that's a good sign. That's the only Saints news we had. So that's it. Like, hopefully he'll be healthy. So we are doing tonight. I got in a Twitter, I don't know. Brouhaha,
no.
a little spat.
I don't believe it.
About the top 10 quarterback list in Saints history. People were telling me that the Saints leading the league in time of possession from 1987 to 1991 proved that Bobby Hebert was a good quarterback. And I told the guy, if you are tweeting at me time of possession stats, you have fucking lost this argument. So I said, we got to do it. We got to argue the top 10 quarterbacks in Saints history. Listen, Breeze is number 1.
Right.
But Kevin, after that, this list is sadness. It really is.
Oh yeah. Like I was looking at all the starters in Saints history, and I mean,
it's bad.
There's been what, like 22?
That's it?
Starters in the history. I mean, you got the Billy Joes, you got Heath Schuler, Bobby Scott, Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins.
I mean, Richard Todd ends up getting ranked
first for Richard Todd.
Richard Todd gets ranked high for some people.
I don't know who any of these people are.
He was horrible. He was horrible. I mean, you basically have 6, maybe 7 good, like serviceable to good, and then up. And that's it. That's it. And that's being generous.
I should have told.
That's being generous. Jim Everett is one of them, and that's being very generous.
I should have, Dave. I failed doing this rundown. I didn't prep Thomas enough. I should have told Thomas to give us video of Ken Stabler stretching when he played for the Saints and looked like a 70-year-old man with his gray shaggy hair and beard. But
Well, but
Dave,
for listeners, hold on. But for listeners who aren't watching, you can't see this graphic. Drew Brees is obviously number 1. Archie Manning's number 2. Bobby Hebert is 3. Aaron Brooks is 4.
atrocity.
Billy Kilmer is 5. Jim Everett is 6. And then you've got Teddy Bridgewater at 7. Jake Delhomme at 8. Jameis at 9. And then Taysom Hill at 10. So first of all, they put Jameis above Taysom. Now my recollection, Jake Delhomme was like right.
I mean,
like
Jake Delhomme can't. Jake Delhomme started
didn't he only
2
play
games.
like okay, yeah, that's
started
exactly
2
what I
games.
was going to say. My knowledge was that the Saints never used him. That was why fans were upset because they wanted to see Jake Delhomme and they never put him out there.
Right.
So he's number 8 on your list. Like that's
I mean, he started.
that's why this list is depressing.
He started 2
gonna see Jake
games.
Delhomme later.
And Teddy Bridgewater, he only played 4 games.
Well, yeah, but he's 5-0. Like
I know, or 5 games.
That
Right.
means
Jake Delhomme played a grand total of 6 games with the Saints.
yeah.
6.
I mean,
Right.
I would say this. I believe Archie Manning. I mean, not Archie. I believe Bobby Hebert needs to be lower on this list because
Who put this list together? Whose list is this? Did you even
this
say?
was Barstool New Orleans.
You did a horrible job of
Here's my reasoning why I hate Bobby Hebert, and he is personally to blame for 3 of the 4 Jim Mora playoff losses. That's a fact. All right. But my biggest damning criticism of Bobby Hebert is I believe you could literally take any one of these quarterbacks from 2 to number 10, and you could replace Bobby Hebert with them from 87 to 92, and nothing would have been different with the Saints.
Wow.
Nothing would have been like they still wouldn't have won a playoff game, but they still would have been a playoff team. Like nothing would have changed if you swapped out
Taysom. Seeing Taysom back then, that would have been interesting. I sure would have liked to have seen that.
I think Everett, Bridgewater, and Jake Delhomme, if you swap them out for Bobby Hebert, they all win a playoff game.
There's your cat, Ralph.
What do you think of that?
Your cat disagrees, man.
Yeah, my cat always disagrees.
I think Brooks wins a playoff game with those defenses.
With the cat?
No, Brooks. Aaron Brooks.
Should Aaron Brooks be 2, Dave? You have Aaron Brooks. You.
I would put Aaron. I don't know. I'd maybe put Aaron Brooks above Hebert. Maybe I wouldn't put him at 2. I think, and obviously, look, Jameis is on this list, and he could,
which is wild.
Well, he could, but he could potentially leapfrog himself very easily. To like at least number 3 or 4.
At first, I looked at this. I was like, "This
like
is
one good season, maybe." And boom, he's number 3.
One good season, he can get up to 5.
At first, Kevin, I was like, "You can't put Jameis on this list. Jameis 1 of 1 made this list. You can't have Jameis on this list. He played 6 games." But then I got to thinking, and I was like, "Well, who would I if Jameis doesn't deserve to be on this list? Who do I put in if I take out Jameis?" And like. I'm not putting Richard Todd in.
It's that bad.
I'm not putting Ken Stabler in. I'm not putting a Billy Joe.
John Forcade.
What about Dave Wilson?
No, you can't. I mean,
John Forcade.
I mean, I could put Dave Wilson just to give people that think I hate Jameis evidence that I hate Jameis because I slid Dave Wilson in.
But dude, I would put Jeff Blake in ahead of Taysom.
Oh yeah. Jeff Blake.
Like, look, we can take Delhomme off. We can take Taysom off. I would argue you could take. I mean, how many games did Teddy start?
5.
I would argue you could take Teddy off.
I would say
and you could put. Shit. Who did I just say? You could put Jeff Blake, and you could probably put Dave Wilson.
I would say you could definitely take Billy Kilmer off and put Jeff Blake in. Jeff Blake, the Saints were 7-3 in first place.
Yeah.
And not only that, they had won 6 in a row. And I would argue, Kevin, before Ricky got hurt, and then Jeff Blake got hurt in back-to-back weeks. They were 7-3, and they looked like the best team in a crappy NFC. Like, I would say take Billy Kilmer out and put Jeff Blake in there. You could slide him around. I think you can make the case that Jeff Blake is top 5 for the Saints.
He might be number 5 then. Then that's the case. So then I would say then he's number 5, which, Jesus, that's terrible. He's 5. I would say, what, Bobby 4? And then you're arguing Archie over Aaron for 2 and 3?
I would put Aaron, I put Aaron Brooks number 2, Dave, because he won a division title. He won a playoff game, only other Saints quarterback to do so. And his really good season, like if you said Aaron Brooks' 2002, 2003 are the best non-Drew Brees quarterback seasons that the Saints have.
Yeah, but I don't know, like Archie, I mean, wouldn't you argue that Archie was the more just talented quarterback, and if Archie had this offense that Aaron Brooks had, he certainly would have accomplished what Aaron Brooks accomplished, if not more.
Let me see.
Ooh. By the way, when ranking top Saints quarterbacks, we should really just stop at 5.
But I mean, here's the thing: if you're going to argue, Archie could have been this and could have been that. Can I argue the same thing with Jeff Blake? He got his leg broken in half, and
you could, and should consider that. But either way, the optics on this should be a top.
This is such a sad. This is such a sad list. It really is.
Like, I mean, okay. But the point being is that on this top 10, you can definitely take off Taysom Hill, Jake Delhomme, and Bridgewater.
No, I don't think you can take off Bridgewater.
You don't think? Okay.
I think you got to leave him in.
Okay, then fine then. Okay, fine then. Bridgewater is your number 10.
That's fine.
Bridgewater is your number 10.
All Teddy had to do was just manage the game.
You're muted.
No, I'm not.
No, he's not.
He's not.
You started moving your mouth, dude.
Okay, so maybe you just have a shitty internet connection. Look, all Teddy. I don't mean to diminish Teddy. I love Teddy, but like all he really had to do for 5 games was just manage a game, not turn it over. I mean, you're telling me Jake Delhomme couldn't have done that?
Well, it's not that they couldn't have. I'm just saying the Saints, the list of Saints all-time great quarterbacks is so sad.
Yeah.
If you go 5-0, you got to make a list. You know.
So that's why Teddy is number 10. That's why Teddy's 10. I mean, Dave, your ultimate point is correct that really it ought to be a top 5 and that's it, because anything after 5 is just like
it's not worthy.
It's just like blah. And look, if Jameis has if Jameis even has an okay season, that's probably enough to vault him to number 5.
He can get to 2 really easily. The Saints go 11-6, win the South, and he has a quarterback rating above 90. He's probably number 2.
Come on. Listen, are you imbibing whatever Dave usually imbibes during these shows? Because it's going to take more than just one season for him to become number 2 already. It just is. Like, if you tell me, okay, he's going to have 3 or 4 seasons and he'll have okay to good numbers, the Saints will win at least one division title, they'll get at least one playoff win, then you could say, okay, he's the second best quarterback in franchise history.
If he has a good season this year, that's 2 good years he's had, because he had really good 6 games.
Right, again,
the Saints bar
he can jump all the way up to number 5. He can jump all the way up to number 5. Aaron Brooks only played, 5.5 seasons? Bobby had 7?
Is my hatred, people in the chat, is my hatred of Bobby Hebert clouding my judgment, and I'm sliding Jameis up above him with one good season?
Archie had 11.
He played for the Falcons, for crying out loud. Kevin, I don't like you insinuating that I smoke crack cocaine. That's really upsetting.
Again.
Wasn't insinuating
Really?
that. I was insinuating it was crystal meth.
Wait until the clip of the week, Dave.
Oh, wow.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm serious. That can't be the clip.
This comes from the heart.
Hey, Dave, what are you going to do on the live show?
Gonna drink. I'm assuming free beer from Port Orleans.
Are we going to be like the Blues Brothers, where we're going to be like, we thought the beer was free?
That's right.
That's fucking illegal.
Did Zach Strief, did he get my rider? I want to make sure that everything's in my dressing room before the show starts.
Oh, dressing
Jesus.
room. Get the fuck out of here with that. But yeah, no, I think that the quarterback discussion, I think your point is fair, Kevin, that he can get to 5 with one good season. But I mean, this list is really sad. Like, I was stunned, Dave, when I saw this top 10 list, just how sad it is. The Saints have been playing football for over 50 years, and like, they don't even really have 5 good quarterbacks in their history.
Right. I mean, like, look, Jeff Blake would be number 5, and you can't even call him a good quarterback, even though he was playing well.
Yeah.
He played less than one full season.
He played a half.
Like, you can't even call Teddy Bridgewater a good quarterback, even though the 5 games he played well.
He played okay.
He played well enough to win.
That's true.
But it's like, you can't call him good.
Yeah. But I mean, Dave, like Atlanta, they've had a better history at quarterback than the Saints. Carolina, Tampa.
Hang on a minute. I'm going to look up Carolina's.
Carolina had Kerry Collins. They had Steve Berline. Their quarterback history is pretty sad. They had Jake Delhomme. Their quarterback history is pretty sad.
Jake Delhomme got into a goddamn Super Bowl. So they had Kerry Collins, Steve Berline, Chris Wanke, Rodney Peete, Jake Delhomme, Vinny Testaverde, Jake Delhomme again, Clausen, the Cam Newton era, Kyle Allen, Bridgewater, and now Sam Darnold. And Vinny Testaverde, that was in 2007.
I don't remember Vinny.
21 years after he won the Heisman.
Ooh, I don't remember that at all. That is like wiped from a minimum. Tampa.
He started 6 games.
Tampa's pretty awful too. They had they had Doug Williams, but he won a Super Bowl at Washington. They had Vinny Testaverde, Steve DeBerg.
Steve DeBerg.
Steve DeBerg.
Jesus, Steve Spurrier was their first quarterback?
Spurrier was the Bucs' first quarterback.
Yeah. Jerry Goldstein.
Trent Dilfer.
Yeah. Dilfer did all right.
Garcia.
Sean King got 1 year.
Jeff Garcia. Yeah.
Oh, that's my boy.
It's pretty bad.
Brad
Tampa,
Johnson.
Oh, I forgot they had Brad Johnson.
They won the Super Bowl with Brad Johnson, didn't
That's
they?
right.
Yeah. Goddamn, 4 seasons of Josh Freeman. Oh, 3.5 seasons of Josh Freeman.
Wow. I forgot him.
Yeah.
Wow.
The NFC South is quarterback sadness. These teams. Is it you ain't picking whoever you pick, she ain't exactly the belle of the ball. But yeah, the thing is, Kevin, I would argue quarterback and cornerback for the Saints are like their historically 2 like worst positions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It's
bad. It's real bad.
So that's the top. I wanted to bring my Twitter fight to the podcast because it's July and the Saints have no real news except for Michael Thomas. Maybe his ankle healing up. That's it. So, of course, in July, when the Saints have no news, usually we come up with our Saints Happy Hour bracket. And this week, it's time for the Saints' greatest villain preliminary round 2. This year's Saints Happy Hour bracket is about hate. We will crown the greatest one, but first we got to get through the we got to get through the
preliminary round.
Prelims. Here's the rules. Any player who played for the Saints or was an executive employed by the Saints are ineligible. We did the most hated Saint bracket. Mike, Dick, go on. Any Saint is ineligible. So Saint cannot be a villain. This week we're doing the second side of the prelim bracket. Kevin, like we said,
I'm going to get a beer. I'll be right.
Like we said when we started this bracket, I thought, this was Thomas's idea. And when he first pitched it to me, I was like,
good on him.
I was like, I don't think we got enough guys, Thomas.
Yeah, we do. Because you put out a few names, and then and then Juge and Dave were like, oh, what about this guy and this guy? And it was like Saints affiliated people. And then we immediately came up with no Saints people at all. And then immediately I just started rifling off. No, we got to add these guys. We got to add this guy. Like,
that's right.
Like we got Alge Crumpler in there. We got DeAngelo Williams in there, I think.
That's right.
And a couple other guys in this prelim thing because of me. Like,
yeah, no, you, yeah,
like,
and this.
It was a hey, here was it, we had a short list, and then I started firing names out, and then the rest of y'all started firing names out. Then it was like, well, the bracket's going to be too big, or the bracket won't have an even number of people, or whatever. Yeah. And we just ended up expanding it to this prelim thing. So, Tomas comes up with a great idea, and then boom, bunch of brainstorming gets us to this.
Yeah, and this is the Vinovich side of the bracket. Vinovich. He's like the 85.
We haven't fixed that yet.
No, I left it. I thought it was funny.
The Bill Vinovich Memorial side.
So let's get to our first matchup.
Well, let's put Vinovich. Oh no, we don't have to. He's next round. Okay.
Get ready for the next battle.
So this is number 10, Greg Olsen, versus number 23, Michael Vick. And this goes to show you the strength of this bracket, that both of these guys didn't get a bye, and they have to play their way in. As somebody in the chat called it the purgatory round. But, Kevin, I'll start with Greg Olsen. That dude wrecked the Saints. Constantly. And his peak in that playoff game, I remember Andrew was like, Ralph, you are panicked over Greg Olsen. The dude has a busted, broken foot. It's going to be fine in the playoff game. And I was like, Andrew, I don't care if he's got to use a walker. He's going to cook the Saints in this playoff game. And sure enough, he cooked the Saints in this playoff game. Like, he just tormented the Saints nonstop for years, and Chicago just basically gave him to the Panthers for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, he finished with 39 touchdowns with the Panthers over, 9 years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, what was, Kevin, while we're chatting, what was his stats for that playoff game in 2017? Go find that.
It was like 108 yards and 1 touchdown, something like that.
I think
Saints.
Olsen's ranked 10th. Vick is ranked 23. I think those rankings feel about right. I know Vick was, took the league by storm. I think they just had a 30 for 30 on him, or there was some documentary I was watching the other day. Yeah. He was on the cover of Madden. I mean, he was like the face of the league for a good while there. But I don't remember him like really
cooking the Saints.
Yeah, like doing anything spectacular in any of the games against the Saints. But
Really?
Ralph. Greg Olsen, on the other hand.
Well, I mean, we're looking at this great. I mean, he did some stuff against the Saints.
I know, but
But
just nothing. Greg Olsen more stands out as a Saints killer than Michael Vick to me. And by the way, Jason Champagne says Michael Vick, he's got that dog in him.
oh, stop.
Jason Champagne said that. I didn't say Champagne.
Greg Olsen in that playoff game, 8 catches, 107 yards, and a touchdown.
Wow. Saints killer. I mean, I know in the chat, people are probably going to go Vick, maybe, but to me, Dave, I go Greg Olsen. Recency bias. I know it's 5 years ago.
No, I'm with you.
The playoff game. Greg Olsen. He and I want to say in 2013 he caught the winning touchdown that cost the Saints the division title. But I might be wrong. I might be remembering that wrong.
Well, okay, so I guess I'll try and, I don't know, maybe try and defend Vick on this one. So he has.
I mean, Kevin, you love dogs. Do you still hate Michael Vick? Do you feel like Michael Vick is? I'm being dead serious. Do you feel like Michael Vick has atoned for his sins? Do you believe Michael Vick has seen the error of his ways and
it's a lot easy. I'll tell you this. He went to prison.
Right.
Like, he went to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was out of the game for an extended period of time. Me personally, I probably in the moment, I know for a fact I just would have had a lifetime ban on him. When he came back and started playing, a lot of people just were talking to me and just said, look, you may not like how the length of the sentence, but he served the sentence. And so he's should he not get to come back and try and like do whatever? It's like, okay. And I kind of just not sort of let it go, but let the anger go out of me.
Thanks, Bud Rich.
And then plus it's like he ended up going to Philadelphia, so I didn't have to like see him with the Falcons. So that made it a little bit easier. And then plus, like he didn't stay in the league that much longer. He's been done, and he's not in the news anymore. So it's easy. It's a lot easier for me to kind of divest myself emotionally from that.
And I also think, Kevin, I think it's easier to do it just because, like Dave said, like there's not many memories of like Vick that we have of like Vick like ripping the Saints' heart out or just terrorizing them.
Well, he is 5-2 against the Saints as a starter.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
It doesn't feel like that.
The Saints beat the Falcons
on the Steve Gleason game.
Yeah. And only one other time they beat Vick. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this like has a record against the Saints of 5-3, and one of those losses when he was
now it's 5-3.
QB.
You said it was 5-2 earlier, so
right, it is 5-2 because one of those losses was when he was the Falcons or the Eagles quarterback.
Yeah.
Oh.
That makes sense because I think Vick was undefeated against Brooks.
Because so in 2002, they won both games against the Saints. In 04, he has one victory.
A victory?
Yes, thank you. 2005, he got both wins, and in 2006, Saints won both of those.
Well,
I'm wondering if Matt Schaub or who was the other backup started the games in 2003 and then 2004.
He did. Schaub started the game in 04.
Okay, well, counterpoint against Olsen. Counterpoint. Sorry for interrupting you there, Ralph. Counterpoint for Olsen. He's gotten into the broadcasting game since he's retired, and he's pretty terrible, isn't he? Isn't he like
He
terrible?
is.
And also, did he get new hair? Is he wearing? Did he get like hair plugs with hair always like that? I don't remember.
Did he get the Drew Brees? Did he get the Drew Brees new hair for the TV?
I mean, that's a serious question because, like, when I see him on TV, he looks something's off about him and his hair, and he looks like a Ken doll. He looks
he
like
does. He looks very like.
And so if it's again, as a baldy, as a card carrying member of the Bald Club, I gotta say, you just live with it, man. Put on a hat. Look, see what I'm doing here? I put a hat on. I just
honestly, I'm looking at the rest of the numbers on Vick against the Saints, and it's not enough. It's not enough to convince me that to go with Vick on this one.
So I'm gonna vote, but before I vote, I want to thank Butteridge again for the 100 bits. Thank you, Butteridge. You're the best.
I'm going.
So I vote Olsen.
I vote Olsen too.
I also vote Olsen.
Okay.
So it's clean sweep.
And Thomas, I forgot your name for a second there. If you have time and you want to put together a side-by-side of Greg Olsen playing versus Greg Olsen in the booth, I'd be curious to compare hair.
His hair.
Yeah,
Holy shit!
Curious to see compare.
And then put me in the book, and then put me in the book depository, shooting them both.
You guys forgot about a poll in the chat, by the way. in your vote,
I didn't forget about anything. Ralph forgot about it. Nobody gave me a rundown this week. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Failure on the host's part.
But Thomas, if you can make that side by side happen, we can get some photographic evidence of new hair. There's an extra soprasada in it for you this week.
All right, Thomas, we got the clean sweep, so fire up the graphic.
I don't think that's a good idea, Dave. By the way, but okay.
Maybe a little Tartufo.
Yeah, the winner, Greg Olsen. Yeah, he's sneaky.
Do we not have a soundbite from like Olsen wins, like from
touchdown
Street Fighter? I mean, we have the other Street Fighter sound.
We don't
like or that music
that
like
after
Street
the
Fighter,
match,
like dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Come on, Thomas.
That wasn't Street Fighter, guys.
No, it's like that jingle after the match in Street Fighter where like one guy's face is beat up and the other one is like, go home, see your family, all that kind of horseshit.
What? See your family? What?
Well,
it's like the text at the bottom of the screen on Street Fighter where it's like the winner is telling their downed opponent like, go back and see your family.
I don't. Street Fighter 2?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I do not remember this.
Yeah.
I think
so. Here's
the Mandela effect.
The next matchup might be the most hotly contested of the entire prelims and first round. This matchup here is difficult. Friendships are going to be broken. It's going to get ugly. Thomas, what's the matchup?
Get ready for the next battle.
So this one, number 15, Kevin, Michel Sproles. Number 18, Deion Sanders. I mean,
I love how we found a photo of Michel Sproles.
Yeah.
Thomas, everybody's got an Instagram, Kevin. Everybody's got an Instagram.
It's just funny.
Thomas is the best. You know?
It's just funny.
You think Thomas is just going to have a silhouette of a woman and a question mark? No. No, we pay Thomas in the finest meats. He's gonna come through for us. But this one, Dave, is tough because you might know Deion from the dancing and all this. He tormented the Saints. He had one of the most horrible Abe-Air interceptions of all his playoffs catastrophes. His interception against Deion in the end zone in 1991 swung the game completely. But Michel Sproles, Dave, she put a curse on the Saints, and it clearly worked.
Yeah. Because that was, what year was that?
That was 2014.
Oh, okay.
The Compton curse.
So disappointed in the Saints. Yeah, she put the Compton curse out. I want to give these mother effers hashtag, yes, I curse and praise God. Hashtag, only God can juge me.
She spelled it right. We'll give her credit for that.
Hashtag, I put his Charger picks up because the Saints ain't shit for W. Oh no, for what they doing.
For W.
Sorry, I didn't see it kept going.
Yeah.
You went full Ralph there.
That's like the longest hashtag of all time, man.
Yeah, it's a long hashtag. I don't know. Did she really? How long did the curse last? I mean,
the curse lasted 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
She put the 14, 15, 16.
Buttons on those jeans.
How many years did Deion Sanders play for the Falcons in tournament?
About 5.
He played 12 games against the Saints. I don't see how long. This doesn't say how many.
Well,
this doesn't say how many it was as a 49er. I just have the splits.
2. He only played with the 49ers for 1 year.
Okay.
So it was 10. I mean,
I would say I think that,
Oh my God.
Deion Sanders probably had a much more of a direct impact.
Yes.
In the fate of the Saints than Michel.
He played 12 games against the Saints. He recorded 4 interceptions.
This one here is brutal. Look,
one of those interceptions was an interception for a touchdown.
God, that playoff.
And he actually, out of all the teams in the NFL, he has the most interception yards, like interception return yards against the Saints.
Of course he does.
He has 240 interception yards. That's more than the second and third place teams combined.
Oh, my God. This is the thing, Dave. Do you believe in black magic and curses and voodoo?
Do you believe in life?
Do you believe in what you can't see?
Shit.
Or do you believe the interceptions and the yards and the playoff?
No, that's
disaster.
That's the question. That is the question at the heart of this very discussion. Ralph, I'm glad you said that because I was thinking the same exact thing. And I can't faith in anything that I can't see, touch. That would go against everything else I believe in. I only believe in science and things you can touch and feel in the perceivable world. So I've got to go with Deion.
Dave Cariello, empiricist.
And Kevin, where are you going?
I'm going Deion. I'm going Deion.
See,
he also had one of the all-time bad Saturday Night Live episodes.
He did. I was all prepared to go Michel Sproles because I believe in things that I can't see. I believe in curses and voodoo and all that sort of thing. I believe when they brought the voodoo priestess in before the 2000 playoff game, I believe that helped the Saints win a playoff game. I believe when the Pope blessed the dome in 1986, I believe that helped the Saints have a winning season in 1987. So I believe all of that. But when you told me Deion has the most interception yards against the Saints, more so than any other team, that swung me. That swung me to Deion.
Deion believe in life.
He has.
Jesus.
See how I worked in Deion.
He doesn't. Okay. I'm saying his interception yards.
His interception yards.
That's why we're the
against all the other teams in the NFL. Like the number of interception yards he's accumulated against all the other teams. He has the most. Like his best is against the Saints.
That's right. So he wrecked the Saints. He wrecked the Saints more than other teams.
Yes.
He used us to pad his stats, is what you're saying.
Just awful. So I'm going Deion. So Deion is the winner, and it's
Deion
just,
also win Deion. Chat also win Deion.
And I'm gonna say this: it gives me another chance to take a dump all over Bobby Hebert. Because I hate him. And that pick that you threw, if Bobby Hebert, if the Saints score a touchdown there, they go up 17-0 and they coast against the Falcons.
Speaking of taking dumps, Kevin just left and he doesn't have any alcohol in the house, so we know he's not going to get a drink.
So I don't know. So the next bracket, is again strong.
I would say strong to very strong.
Strong to very strong because the thing is, this one could be contaminated with recency bias. Because
could be.
Because Chris Sims, we hate that son of a bitch. Like,
get ready for the next battle.
He's a jar of mayonnaise.
He is. He look number 11, Chris Sims. Number 22, DeAngelo Williams.
Right. Him and Drew Brees are like battling it out for the most vanilla.
Well, I think Chris Sims is winning because he's still employed at NBC.
Probably. Yeah. Oh, you heard that, Drew? Shots fired.
The only thing
if you want to come on our podcast and defend yourself, come on. Let's go. We'll have you on.
We promise not to ask about Advocare.
Are you going to take that slander from Ralph, Drew? Huh?
I mean,
that's right.
Chris Sims looks like a senatorial candidate that murdered his wife and she's at the bottom of a lake somewhere.
I mean, he comes in laughably low in Chris Sims's QB rankings.
Like, okay, the only reason he's even on this, like, the only reason he's
where does Chris Sims land in Drew Brees' quarterback rankings? That's what. Where does Drew put Chris Sims in his quarterback rankings? Those are the only quarterback rankings I.
It doesn't matter. Like, you have to matter to appear in Drew Brees' list.
But did Drew Brees say something like mean to Chris Sims when his spleen exploded or something? Like, because Chris Sims clearly does not like Drew Brees.
He's like jealous. This is jealousy. He's green-eyed. He's like, Drew Brees is everything I was supposed to be. I've been vanilla my entire life. I have
Budrich
been boring and done.
Chris Sims
Stop
did
interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. Chris Sims has been saying I have been so plain my entire life just to be the perfect quarterback, and Drew Brees just comes in, sweeps in, and gets all the notoriety. He hates Drew Brees because he's everything Chris Sims wanted to be but never could be.
This one's tough. This one's tough for me, Kevin, because DeAngelo, I hate Chris Sims. I admit it. He's horrible. His quarterback rankings are an atrocity. DeAngelo Williams, though, he killed the Saints. Like that.
I tell you what, Chris Sims has 3 games, played 3 games as a starter against the Saints.
Yeah, right.
Or 3 games against the Saints. Career passer rating of 91.1.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah. Career, I mean, never mind. That's about the highlight because the rest of it is like shitty.
What was his record against the Saints?
Why does that not say? Good Lord, I can't believe that.
The DeAngelo Williams highlights is just him making house call after house call.
Let's see. Bucks won that one. Bucks won that one.
Cadillac.
Bucks won that one. That can't be right.
So, Hairball 007 says nobody takes Sims seriously. I'd go Williams. I mean, look at that. Look at Williams just owned. Pull up Williams' career stats against the Saints, Kevin, because I feel like he wrecked the Saints.
Be gentle, Kevin. Go easy on me.
It
with these stats.
Let's see. DeAngelo Williams.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking of? I mean, I know you hate Chris, but DeAngelo Williams is your time. Dave, you were around for him.
Oh, I'm voting DeAngelo Williams. I mean, this we not, you know, Chris Sims is on this list because of that stupid Drew Brees, snuffing Drew Brees.
Yeah, I think this is
and his other stupid takes. I don't know if it's like recency bias. It's just, this is the same thing as the Michel Sproles thing. Like DeAngelo Williams actually had something to do himself with destroying the Saints, killing the Saints. Chris Sims is just a hater. So
I think the seeding in this should have been reversed. I think DeAngelo Williams should have been 11.
This one was misleading.
DeAngelo Williams has 8 rushing touchdowns in his career against the Saints. Over 1,100 rushing yards.
How many games?
According to this, let's see, 15 games.
15 games, 1,100 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's a season's worth of numbers.
That's strong. That's like a top 10 fantasy running back.
He got 155 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown as well. He averaged 6.3 yards per carry.
Yeah. 6.3 yards per carry.
Not a running back. Oh, wait. DeAngelo Williams. Sorry. I thought we were still talking about Chris Sims.
So I'm going to
Yeah.
vote DeAngelo Williams as the pick here.
Same, samesies.
I will vote DeAngelo Williams as well, and also he had a very good appearance on Impact Wrestling
Oh, nice.
All right,
several years ago.
All right, we're done.
Yeah. Poor job by the committee. So Thomas,
What was the vote?
The chat
was the
voted
vote?
Chris Sims decisively, by the way, guys.
Yeah, well, the thing is,
They're an angry mob.
they're angry,
Angry
and
mob.
Chris Sims. I understand people in the chat because you just want to punch Chris Sims in the face. I understand it. You see him, and he could give you $50 and say hello in a really nice way, and you still want to just punch him in the face. I mean, that's just Chris Sims, but DeAngelo Williams is the guy. So now, Thomas.
Why am I hearing the show? Kevin, I feel like this is something going on your end. I'm hearing
Yeah.
Ralph.
Yeah, I think so too.
You're hearing what?
When Ralph talks and when I talk, I can hear it. I'm getting a little feedback, and I feel like you're probably the culprit.
Maybe. It came at the beginning of the show, then it disappeared. Hopefully on Thomas's version that's recording for the people. It's good. Thomas, give us
It's
the
not.
last. Oh, well, there you go. What's the final matchup, Thomas?
Get ready for the next battle.
This one here is another Falcon versus Falcon battle. Number 14, Alge Crumpler versus Jerry Glanville, number 19. Again, Jerry Glanville only really had one successful season in Atlanta, but he beat the Saints in a playoff game, and that Falcons team, because they won that playoff game, Kevin, the NFL Network is doing hour specials on them, saying how they changed football in the South. They brought hip hop to football. The Falcons have a 2-part web series on that team that's 2 hours long. I mean, Jerry Glanville was the leader. I hate him. But Alge Crumpler at points roasted the Saints, and you will see it in these highlights from him that Thomas will get to in a second. Alge Crumpler in one game single-handedly this is the same game right here. Saints are winning 21-17. Look at this. Throw to Alge Crumpler right there to get him down there. Then Mike Vick right here. Kaboom right there. Saints win.
Ralph ne peut pas dire le nom de quelqu'un correctement.
Thank you, Andrew.
So I'm torn on
Andrew's
this one,
back.
Dave. I'm torn on this, Dave. Who you got?
It's definitely Kevin. Did you just unmute yourself, Kevin?
Yes.
Yeah, this is definitely you have screwed up the audio on this podcast. I'm going with Alge Crumpler. He was during my time. Jerry Glanville, I think, was a little before my time, but I'm going to go with Alge Crumpler.
Kevin, who you got?
Going with the higher ranking here.
I am also going to go with Alge Crumpler. Jerry Glanville's coaching record against the Saints was 4-5.
Yeah, you can't hate that.
So yeah.
Also, all the highlights of Jerry Glanville that Thomas is playing are good plays for the Saints. I'm not sure why. So, like, there's a fumble recovery.
Look at Frank Warren just rip that ball out.
Yeah. So
it was overturned, I think.
Oh, wow.
Because
how would anybody know? Oh.
Just terrible. But yeah,
that interception overturned too?
I think I'm going Alge Crumpler too, though I hated Jerry Glanville. Though I will say Jerry Glanville as a TV commentator was really good. I liked him. So I'm gonna go I'll go Crumpler. So Thomas, what do we got?
From me?
No,
asking me?
for the winner.
The chat.
Do we have a winner?
The chat is voting right now. The Crumpler is leading.
There you go.
The chat in Twitch?
Yeah.
Why am I not seeing
50 to 50? I see. No, it's 60-40 Crumpler.
How come I'm not seeing this and getting a chance to vote?
I don't know. Maybe you need to log in.
What do you?
I'll vote Crumpler.
This is too complicated for you, Dave.
75-25 now.
I mean, you see me commenting in the chat.
This is too complicated for you, I guess.
Where is the question? I'm typing that right now.
So Thomas, do we have a winner here? Do we all vote? We all voted Crumpler?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Even the chat.
Yeah. I mean, it's clear. I mean, but even still, Alge Crumpler was one of those guys that, like, he might be, well, Greg Olsen would be starting tight end. So no, Crumpler wouldn't be your starting tight end, but he's strong. So this bracket, now we're down to 16, Kevin. This bracket's strong. This bracket is
polls. I don't see them.
This bracket is strong. We had a couple upsets. By the way,
I see it now.
We had a couple upsets.
Yep.
We had Sean Pamflon get through. We had Matt Bryant get through. We had Deion Sanders get through, and we had DeAngelo Williams get through. So, like, you know,
thanks for the recap. I don't really remember much from the last podcast. So.
Yeah, I mean, this bracket's strong. The one thing I will say is, listen, Bill Binovich, he's a favorite as a 2 seed. Goodell is a heavy favorite as a 1 seed. But I'm telling you, the rest of the bracket, the final 4, I think you can make a case for Sean Pamflon. I think you can make a case for, I think you can make a case for Steve Smith, maybe, to get to the final 4. I think you can make a case.
Well, Steve Smith is the 3rd seed, so I mean he would be projected to make.
Well, no, I was going to say I think you can make a case. I think you can make a case for the Joey Galloway side of the bracket. Joey Galloway is maybe an all-time Saints killer, but you have Sean Pamflon, Roddy White, and Flipper Anderson, who set the NFL
right. Any one of those 4 could make the final 4.
Yeah, that's a strong. Race.
I think you can make a case that this could just be fast track to go to Goodell versus Vinovich 1 versus 2 and call it a freaking day.
We got 3 more weeks before camp start.
F both of those, MF.
We got 3 more weeks of camp before camp start. We're not going to have any Saints news, and the only other news that we can create is the UDFA Sun Draft. By the way, have you gotten your ass to Olive Garden yet?
No, I know. I got to take care of that this week.
So
you're going to miss out, Dave.
I know. I'm going to do it. I got to coordinate with my buddy.
So, by the way, we
can have a whole summer of Kevin Love updates. I think
that's right.
Fine. I think
Dave's going to get to Olive Garden. I'm going to get everything starting to move and shake for the live show. Everybody clear your calendar. September 16th, Port Orleans live show. It's going to be amazing. But before September 16th gets here, we got to do the hot take of the week. It's time again. It's time for this week's hottest take of the week, sponsored by JLD Hot Sauces and Knives. If you want award-winning hot sauces like Boot Jolokia or Reaper Madness Special Reserve, go to www.jldsharpsauce.com. They have incredible jellies such as palm and pepper. They also have incredible selections of handmade knives for cooking, hunting,
incredible jelly,
and your outdoor needs. Go and check out the Zombie Killer quartering cleaver. It's the best damn quartering cleaver you ever see in your entire life. Jerry Embler is a tremendous supporter of Saints Happy Hour, so we're asking you to support the people who support Saints Happy Hour. Go to www.jldsharpsauce.com to get the best hot sauces and knives at the best prices anywhere. Use promo code Saints Happy Hour and get 10% off. That's www.jldsharpsauce.com. This week's hot take of the week, Dave. Marcus Davenport, he lost part of his finger.
Oh my God!
But you know what? He's like a superhero. You lose one part of your body, it just makes you stronger. He's going to be unstoppable. 17 and a half sacks. He's going to play all 17 games. He's going to be incredible. And the best player on the Saints team. He's going to be first team All-Pro, make the Pro Bowl, be freaking amazing. He's not even going to miss his pinky. That's how amazing he's going to be.
That is quite the hot take. I would say more so that he's going to play a full season than the 17 and a half sacks. That's the most surprising part of that take, in my opinion. Wait, have we looked into taking that piece of the pinky and using it to clone Davenport and make another Marcus Davenport? That way, when the original one gets injured, we can sub in the second one. Like
multiplicity?
Yeah.
But if you clone, remember.
We don't want to go too. No, you don't want to clone the clones because then you get all the way to number 4. And number 4 mass who can't do anything right.
He's eating paste and doesn't know how to wear pants.
Yeah, you stop it. If we've learned anything from Multiplicity and Michael Keaton, it's that you stop cloning at 3.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
I've seen that one, Kevin.
I've seen
Multiplicity references. Yeah, I think that's hilarious. Dave hasn't seen The Godfather, but he's seen Multiplicity enough to be able to make competent references to that movie.
He could be a guest on the rewatchables for Multiplicity.
Does he do that one?
I have no idea.
Probably.
But 17 games. Biloxi Blue says 17. Him playing 17 games is the hottest take. Listen, I think
Brett and Lafayette says Mark report gain sensitivity in a different digit. I want to know about the same digit. Yeah, what digit are you talking?
I believe in Marcus Davenport. He's going to get $120 million from somebody after having 17.
And it won't be the Saints. It'll be the Bengals. He'll go join what's his face?
Yeah, Hendrickson.
Yeah.
So that's the hot take of the week. Support JLD.
That's pretty hot.
They're amazing. They're amazing. Their products, all their products, the boot Jolie, it's amazing.
What was it? What's it called?
Jolokia?
He's gotta do it so slowly. He's gotta really think about it.
You gotta sound it out. It's like me when I read with Max. Sound it out. Sound it out. Take your time. They're hot sauces. They're freaking amazing.
Ralph's reading the Bob books.
I am. I'm reading what's it, Pete? Pete the cat?
Pete the cat, yeah. The pigeon. You reading the pigeon books? Pigeon's gotta take a bath, Ralph.
Yeah, that's right.
The pigeon's got to do a podcast up next by Mo Willem.
Sound it out. So that's the hot take of the week. So
now we got to get that joke. The dads right now are laughing their asses off over that.
Everybody else is like, there's somebody driving in a car and they're saying, "Daddy, I read Pete the cat."
Yeah.
But Kevin, this is what the people come to the podcast for. It's time for the Kevin Love update. What you got for us this week?
We really need a song for this, other than the violin.
So a patron should compose a song for the Love update.
You know what? My son's been messing around on GarageBand. I'm gonna give him a task. He likes tasks. I'm gonna get him to have him coming up with songs for our different things.
The child labor, guys.
Yeah, it needs a Cure 1980s vibe.
Right.
Yeah, Dave. Your son's not going to.
You're not going to get. No, you're not going to get the Cure. You're going to get. Here's another one. Maybe
Fire. Or something.
No. Here's another one. Maybe some down. You're going to get Tico. If any parents out there have kids that listen to Tico, yeah. Anyway, no, you're going to get something that's going to be totally incoherent and dumb.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, we could just use. Well, that's a real song. We have to get permission. We could use "Love Stinks" by Nazareth.
So, what you got for us this week, Kevin?
Yeah, Tomas, you do have that thing I sent you earlier?
I do.
Oh boy!
I do have that dick pic, Kevin. I do have it.
Yeah. No.
Kevin and Tomas have been working behind the scenes. This is exciting.
It's so. Y'all remember, like, I don't know if. Oh, pipe down. I don't know if I think I mentioned it last year, but like I had to go get a cardiogram.
Yeah.
And then like I had to go see a cardiologist to like get tested or whatever.
And that
then they
cardiologist was the woman you started dating?
No. This was like last fall. Like I went and got the cardiogram and then the full checkup. Excuse me, based on the recommendation of the doctor.
Oh, okay.
So a whole bunch of things happen, and like, I see the doctor, is fine.
This is going to be real butterfly effect shit.
They call me back because they want me to come back in and get retested.
Wait,
they
is this
get
the
me
love
on the tread
update or the personal life update? We don't want a personal life update.
Will you let him finish?
Yes, thank you.
Let him finish.
I thought we were enacting like a 15-second holding thing. Like, can I use that now? Kevin, just shut up. Let's move on.
We get on the treadmill. I get the whole the X-rays, the chest, the whole thing. So they gave me the result, and now he's gonna walk off.
I'm right here, but I can't watch this.
No. I'm gonna show you what the result was.
Okay. So
God, look at the screen. I'm gonna show you what the result was. I sent it to Tomas.
Damn.
I'm confused. I don't know. Oh, you got
a dog in him.
Oh, you got.
I got that dog in him. That's the love update. Dog in him. God damn it!
That was terrible.
Everything is going fine with me and the nurse. I spent the night over at her place. We're, getting along just fine.
That was terrible. The people listening to this podcast are they're going to be like,
the picture.
The
picture
is an X-ray.
It's an X-ray with a Photoshop of a dog head in there where the heart should be.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh my God!
Because he's got a dog in him.
Oh my God, that was
tremendous.
That was
Tell you what, you think we could pay like Ed Ogeron like $300 to say he got that dog in him?
No,
Probably.
because Ed Ogeron got like $25 million from LSU as a payout, and he's shirtless somewhere in.
Oh, I have pictures that prove.
Panhandle.
Oh, I have. My buddy met him in Miami, and he has a picture with him, and Orgeron is shirtless. I actually have a picture that can prove your statement. I shit you.
If you meet Ed Ogeron in the wild,
and he's not shirtless,
and he's not
wrong.
shirtless,
call 911.
It's probably an Ed Ogeron impersonator.
You should probably run.
Like, Ed Ogeron is living his best life.
I mean, Ralph, that is so on point. My buddy posted a picture on Instagram of him in Miami with Orgeron not wearing a shirt.
Of course. I mean, so thanks for the love update, Kevin.
That wasn't a love update.
It was.
Yes, it was.
It was love.
I told you at the end things are going very well with the nurse.
You're not listening, Dave.
No,
I said I spent the night over at her place.
Time listening to Dave.
Exactly.
No, Dave has a hard time listening.
I feel like
I'm gonna give that I'm gonna call that and I'm gonna give that like a 4 out of 10.
Man, Dave, difficult tonight.
Tough critic.
Speaking of difficult, Thomas, it's time for trivia. What do we got?
Okay, this trivia is dedicated to Kevin. I hope it's not gonna be too easy for him. Kevin, if you know the answer right away, don't say it.
Okay.
Oh wait, Kevin, does the nurse, does she got that dog in her?
Brother, I am. Bruh, nope, not taking that bait. Nope.
I guess that's a yes, man. That's a yes.
So, Thomas, get to the. What's this?
We don't need an answer.
Biloxi Blues is asking.
I think I know this one.
Yes, she does got that dog in her.
Okay, so the trivia, sponsored by Budrich, he's back. Is who was the only wrestler to be drafted by the Saints?
Yeah, surely Kevin knows this. Kevin,
think
you
I
should
know
probably be
this.
exempt from answering.
I think I know this because he died recently, and Kevin mentioned it on the podcast.
That sounds.
I don't think that's the person, man.
I have zero guess.
I don't know how to say his last name. Paul
Orndorff?
Yeah, I think
Mr. Wonderful Paul. I mean, that is the cutout for Paul Orndorff.
I think it's Mr. Wonderful. I think he died 1 or 2 years ago, and either
he died, I think, 2 years ago.
You or somebody in the chat was like, "Are you going to talk about Mr. Wonderful, former Saint draft pick, dying?" And we were like, "What?" So I think it's him. I think that's the right answer.
What about
But
Dave? Maybe Dave knows.
He's not making a guess.
I already said I'm not even making a guess.
So, Thomas, hit us with the answer.
I mean, I know the answer because.
Just say John Cena, man. Come on.
Okay,
Dave.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
What's the answer, Thomas?
Okay, let's see if you were right, Ralphie.
I mean, the Saints would draft a wrestler.
Well, no. He became a wrestler after he was drafted.
Well, yeah, but they would.
He was drafted in the 12th round of the 1973 draft as a fullback. He quit during training camp.
1973.
And then started training as a wrestler shortly thereafter. He attended training camp for the Bears in '74, and then briefly joined the Jacksonville Express of the World Football League in 1975. But then started his pro wrestling career in 1976.
Yeah. He's
I'm looking at his photo here, Kevin. You never looked like that in your wrestling days.
No. I did not. I have not, and probably will not.
Not enough.
I'm gonna confess something to you, Dave. In the 70s and the 80s, there were some things happening.
Is that not happening now?
Do they start with
not
an
to
S?
that degree. Not to that degree.
I mean, I think I can see the needles sticking out of his arms.
You can see the holes, man. You can see the holes.
So, and by the way,
but a very good wrestler, very good performer.
So, by the way, thanks, Butteridge, for the trivia. And I want to remind people to subscribe for free with Twitch Prime. Don't forget, if you subscribed last month, you should do it again this month. Thomas has instructions on the description of the podcast. You can click on the instructions and then you click on the link. It doesn't cost you anything if you're logged in with Twitch. If you're logged in with Twitch Prime, you give us Jeff Bezos' money. So do it already. So Thomas, hit the theme. It's time for Take It to Top and Finger Guns.
I'm going to get another beer.
Paul Orndorff debuted in the WWF the night that Hulk Hogan defeated the Iron Sheik for the WWF Championship.
Wow, that's
January of 1984.
That's like peak Ralph.
How old was John Cena back then?
I don't know if John Cena was alive then.
83 to 86, when I was like 7 to 10, 11. That was my peak love of wrestling that time. Iron Sheik.
Oh,
Hulk
shit.
Hogan,
John Cena was born in 1977. Jesus.
Junkyard Dog, Jake the Snake, Roddy Piper. I knew them all.
The Big Show.
Oh, Big Show's old.
The Big Show.
So, Thomas.
Next question.
What we got?
Okay, we got 4 questions for tonight. First question comes from Biloxi Blues. And he asks, what is your strangest pre-game ritual that you use to help ensure a Saints victory? Or, what do you avoid doing?
I'm not that superstitious about football. I'm really superstitious about baseball. I do a lot of weird shit when the Astros are in the playoffs. The only strange thing that I did that I can think of recently, Kevin, is in 2017 when they won 8 in a row. After about 3 weeks, I would shower every Sunday morning at like 20 minutes before kickoff. And I did that throughout the rest of the winning streak. That's the weirdest thing, but I'm not really like that for football. For baseball, I am freaking weird. I believe in all the don't sit in a different spot when dudes are batting. For football, I don't have a lot of superstitions and weird stuff, though, or rituals.
Dave, do you have any?
Pre-game, not really. Like when I played, Ralph's right. I think other sports, I think it's more football. I would say is like the least superstitious sport of all of
Baseball
them.
is
I would
so
say
slow. Baseball lends itself to
baseball
weirdness.
superstitious, but I mean, I played ice hockey. Hockey's there's a lot of superstition in ice hockey too. I definitely like when I played ice hockey, I had a routine of what I would do before a game and that kind of stuff. No, I don't have a pregame ritual that I have to do where I feel like it's going to affect the team. I have a pregame ritual that I do just when I go to the games. I park the same place and I walk and I get there at the same time and that kind of stuff. But I do none of that because I think it affects the on-field performance. I would say during the game, I maybe do some things that
Shots.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or lines of something.
Yeah, that's right. Off my when am I getting that plaque so I can start doing my lines? But no, I really don't. I really don't.
All right, Thomas.
Next question.
By the way, Ralph, for the live show, one, where's going to be the nearest bathroom? And two, I think I'm gonna have to pick a lucky. I'm gonna have to pick a lucky patron who will be responsible for making sure that they keep giving me my free beers that Port Orleans is going to.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're either gonna have a bedpan, or we're gonna have a
that's perfect. That's perfect.
Or we're gonna have a velvet rope where you can just run to the bathroom. We're gonna decide which is funnier, and then
sick people, mentally sick.
That would be my ultimate guess. If we could have Jim Mora at the live show,
and
right. We could he does. We could play the sound bites for him, and we could show our love.
And he would leave.
He would leave.
Who could we get that would can we get like Connor Payton or who could we get that?
Maybe we can get Sean Payton's brother to come out and do some magic tricks.
No, he lives in Florida, I think, right? Like the Panhandle.
We could get him a bus ticket. I mean, patrons, we could start
get him a bus ticket.
I mean, is Zach going to be there? Is Zach going to actually be in attendance? No,
Friday night. We'll recognize a football player if they're there. They'll be 8 times the size of everybody else, just standing in the back. Don't mind me.
Yeah.
No, it'll be the Friday before a game. And
it'll be Friday before Tampa. Zach will be deep in the heart of analyzing the Bucs defense and making sure Trevor Penning is not a disaster.
Next question.
Okay, guys. Next question from Badrich, and he asks, "What is a performance from a random Saint you just think back on and laugh at? Like just a one-game performance."
That I laugh at? Do I laugh because it's so wonderful, or am I laughing because it's so ridiculous?
I asked him for clarification. I said, is it good or bad? He said it doesn't matter.
Oh, I would say, like, if I'm laughing because of good, one of my all-time favorite performances was Pierre Thomas in Chicago, final week of the season, maybe 100 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving, one game. I was always a big Pierre Thomas fan. I always loved that game. I always remember that game.
One of my favorites, and I'm trying to think of the year. Is it 20? It might be 2016. I'm trying to find it now. They played Seattle. It was 2016. They beat Seattle 25-20. Your boyfriend, Dave, fumbled Mark Ingram, and Sean Payton was so infuriated that he pulled him, and he put Tim Hightower. He put Tim Hightower in, and Tim Hightower proceeded to run 26 times for 122 yards. 26 times for 102 yards. The perfect Tim Hightower game where he averages not even 4 yards a carry. The Saints won, And they fell behind 10-0. And I said, if they come back and win, I will eat cat food. And the fucking Saints came back and won, and I had to eat cat food. So that's my random Saints performance. That just, when I think of it, it makes me laugh. Tim Hightower, 2016.
All right,
Jesus.
so I've actually got answers for both. Dave did not give a complete answer there to Biloxi Blues. Mike Carney would be the answer there for Biloxi Blues that he was looking for.
2006, yeah, that's just...
So the performance that I laugh at that is bad, and I went and looked this up to be sure. Shoot. And I did have it. It was the 2000 and... Where's the recap? There it is. 2004, November 21st. The Saints got their asses kicked in the Superdome against the Denver Broncos, 34-13. The Saints did not get a first down the entire first quarter.
Oh, my God.
And Aaron Brooks just looked completely out of his depth, out of sorts. And, got outplayed by Jake Plummer. Like, 1 touchdown, 3 picks, 60 quarterback rating. It was bad. And I think that was where everything just started to fall. Like, it started to fall apart, like, for Aaron Brooks, I think even before that. But that was the point where I just looked at him and was like, all right, yeah, this guy's just absolutely terrible, and was just laughing at how bad he was at that point. And,
If you want another...
I've got a few others too.
I've got another.
The other one, though, the one that I laughed at that I was having a tremendous time at was, you go back to last season, game 1, Jameis Winston throwing for like a buck whatever, and he was throwing 5 touchdowns. I think it was like the second or third, it was an absolute bomb, and it was a touchdown, and I'm laughing my ass off in a hotel room watching that game.
My other one, and me and Andrew are going to do in the Wayback Machine. We're gonna analyze this game. 1997, the Saints played the Bears. The Saints won 20-17. Heath Schuler was 9 of 23, but he threw a 70-yard touchdown pass in the last 2 minutes to Randall Hill, and the Saints won 20-17. And you talk about a game, you can go on YouTube. Some sicko condensed the game down to 20 minutes, and you can watch it. And it is a comic tour de force. It's the best 22 minutes you'll spend all day, I promise
it's
you.
Benny Hill theme music.
It needed Benny Hill.
I've got a few more, actually, since you guys were talking. I'm thinking of it. One recently, I think you could laugh at. Season opener, Jameis Winston throws 4 touchdowns or whatever, destroys the Green Bay Packers.
I just said that.
Oh, I wasn't listening. Sorry.
You can reduce soft tissue injuries. Reduce soft tissue injuries by 50%.
It's okay, because probably most of our listeners probably weren't listening too, so it was good for me to recap. I would say Kyle Turley throwing his helmet.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. You got to laugh at.
Yeah.
I would say. I'm laughing, but I'm also crying. That award would go to Marcus Williams missing the tackle in the playoff game. That's so unbelievably heartbreaking and ridiculous. You just got to laugh. I had another one. Oh, the beatdown over the Colts, like the 64-10 game or whatever that was. That thing, I was there for that one.
When the Saints played
I had a big shit-eating grin on my face that whole time.
They played Curtis Painter.
Yes,
that's a good.
God.
That's a good question. I like that one.
Next question.
Oh, and when Sean Payton broke his leg, you got to laugh at that. How ridiculous is that? Although that's not a single game performance, I guess.
Okay, next question from Christmas, and he asked, assume Mike Thomas is 90% this season. Is he effective because he never relied on speed, or does he drop off because he needs all his athleticism to gain separation? Too bad Juice isn't in here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I would agree that Michael Thomas isn't the fastest wide receiver out there, and that's not his forte. But I don't know whether he needs to be 100% and be fully athletic. To make. Well, you do have to be fully to make cuts and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and
that's the thing.
Do I want what do I want? 100% Michael Thomas. Will I take a 90% Michael Thomas because that's the only thing on the table? Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because he doesn't necessarily need speed, but his thing that made him great was his strength and his precise route running. And if his ankle isn't precise, he's probably gonna have a hard time making those sharp cuts. I
think his hands is, he does the hand yoga.
Hand yoga.
I mean, he makes even, catches. He's always got a good chance. So, I guess when you take that into account, does he need to get great separation? Maybe not. He can make those contested catches. But of course that's going to take a quarterback that's willing to throw those passes. That's, Taysom never did that. That was Taysom's problem. Taysom would only throw to a guy if he was open. He wouldn't throw to a guy that was covered but might be getting open in the net by the time the ball got there, or he wasn't throwing 50-50 balls and that kind of stuff.
Well, Jameis, we know Jameis likes to go YOLO, so if they take the cuffs off of Jameis,
I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
It's
next question.
It's got to be better than last season.
It can't be worse than 32nd in passing.
Right.
Okay, last question. I said it from last week from Oswald. With no one knowing who the with no one knowing who the hell Jim Merlo was, can you pick out the actual player that played for the Saints? Out of Dick Paul, Happy Fella, Fair Hooker, Johnny Dickshot, and Rusty Kuntz.
I'm disqualified.
Happy Feller.
Yeah,
I know it, but all these names are real players, athletes that played in team sports. These are real names.
Dick Pole was a baseball player back in the 70s. I think I have his 1976 Topps card, actually.
Was he a Met?
No. I had full sets. I was really into baseball cards when I was a kid.
Dickshot was a baseball player.
Yeah, Dick Pole, I believe, was a baseball player. I don't remember what team he played for. Happy Feller would be my answer. That sounds the most familiar.
Johnny Dickshot.
Johnny Dickshot is the best. That's the best name out of this whole. Actually, that's not true.
You want to guess what? You want to guess what his nickname was?
Shoot your dick off.
Wait. Hold on. Oh yeah, it was Johnny Marshawn Lattimore Dickshot.
That's his father, man. That's his father.
What's his nickname, Kevin?
Ugly
Dickshot.
Ugly Johnny Dickshot.
Oh, ugly Johnny Dickshot.
I mean,
what was Rusty Kuntz's nickname?
Let me find that out.
Harry. Rusty Harry Kuntz.
Dry.
Rusty Harry Kuntz.
For his sense of humor.
I mean, Johnny Dickshot. It feels like a movie starring Johnny Knoxville that went straight to video. But as always, thanks for the questions, guys. Send them, and if you keep sending them and we get enough of them, Thomas will fill the mailbag document, and me and Andrew, when he gets back from vacation, will start up doing the mailbag again with the questions we don't use on the big show. So send them in. We appreciate you sending us questions. Thomas, clip of the week. What do we have?
Okay, so we have a clip of the week, and shout out to Blake Zicken. He created like 5 or even more clips from last
You're going to piss Dave off. He's going to walk off.
Dave knows what's coming. So,
He's walking off.
He's walking off. Let's play it.
That's
Like
right.
everybody gets it. We do lines of coke off of it.
Jesus.
We insert it into body parts that maybe it should not be inserted into.
Orgies.
Yeah, come on.
I mean,
Guys,
let's get nuts.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
That's
We're
not
getting
what I
whopped.
was. That's not what I was picturing.
What, you guys don't snort lines of coke?
No, we do. I do when I win awards.
I think
That's
Ralph-
not. That is not Dave's most offensive clip from last week.
No,
think-
it's not. That
It's
was not
not.
what I
It's
was
not even
expecting.
close.
You know what? That's fine.
That's fine.
Bit of the old misdirection.
I
The
think
old
Ralph
misdirection.
had
Go on the Twitch if you missed last week. Watch it on the Twitch. Watch it on the YouTubes. That wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Why Dave was upset and walked off. That wasn't the clip I was thinking that was going to be. No.
I don't even.
But thanks.
Really,
Thanks
I
for
don't
the
even.
clip.
I don't even really remember.
No. You know why?
I'm drinking beer only from now on. Until the next time we win. Until next year.
Maybe
when
next
we win.
time we win.
Yeah.
If I beat Les East,
I'll drink for you in that case. Yeah.
I will get so high on this podcast. I will take
The four. Let me tell you, the stills of all four of our faces at the end of that video were perfect. Like a perfect distillation of our four personalities.
I
there.
want a quick poll in the chat. Andrew gets mad at me and he said I can't throw the award in people's faces on Twitter. And I said if we can't throw the award in people's faces, what good is it to have? Am I right? Can I use the award as a weapon to beat people with on Twitter?
You can. Okay, so here's my opinion on this matter. You can, but you risk looking like a douchebag.
Yeah,
so that's fine. If you want to do that and you're willing to look like a douchebag, then go for it.
Right. You have to be that's the thing. Whatever your action is, you have to be willing to accept whatever the consequences are for doing said action.
But is my douchebaggery
also Ralph Marlborough's views do not represent the views of everybody on the show or Saints Happy Hour podcast.
I'm just saying, like, I want to.
Go
Sometimes
nuts.
people make me mad on Twitter, and I want to take that award, and I just want to bang them over the head with it.
You know what? If I'm being honest, I like you being the lightning rod here. So you do it. You go and take care of. Wait, does Jameis 1 of 1 know that we're the number one podcast?
He does.
What
That's
did
who
he
I.
say?
That's
Did he
what
have
I did and made Andrew mad. I threw it in James's face.
Oh, that is. You did? Wait, did you just go out of your way? Like, did he say something?
No, he
Did you use that
insulted
to
me.
respond? Okay.
He insulted me, and I said, "We're a fucking award winner."
Well, first of
He
all,
gets on. The thing
I
is,
know Jameis 1 of 1. He didn't insult you. He insulted.
No, he insulted me. It's fine. Me and him have a contentious relationship.
I can't believe this is how we know you actually secretly love him, because you haven't blocked him, because you would block anybody.
No,
I
I block it. I block him on my personal account. I fight with him on the Saints Happy Hour account.
Oh.
And I tweet Jim Jones cult memes at him.
Wait, you have a personal account? Do I follow your personal account?
Yeah, my personal account's the one with my it's the one with the avatar that Thomas made me. It's my son's head on Marcus Davenport's body.
Oh, the Saints for okay.
Yeah. So anyway, Oz, man, I love you. You said y'all earn the right to stick it to anybody. I like it. If Jameis 1 of 1 shows up at the live show, I'm asking for security.
He's not gonna. He lives in like Michigan or Canada. He lives in Canada.
We don't even know.
Also, can we get Bruce Buffer and do like intros, like with smoke and stuff? And when we get introed, we come out of like a tunnel. Oh wait, I can get. Man, I wonder if. Okay, wait, hold
Bruce
on.
and Michael.
We could do smoke machine. The
I know. No, I
Rick
know.
Off
Can
pants.
we get
people on
Christian
the
Garrett
tunnel
come out and
smoke
kiss my ass?
I know people on the Saints game day tunnel team. I'm gonna see if we can get the Saints tunnel team to show up.
Can we get the big dog mascot? Can we get the dog mascot to show up?
His name's Gumbo.
Can we get Gumbo to show up?
Jesus. Yeah, you know what? I know
I
exactly
bet you can
who
get
to,
like Lumbo. It's like
I
imitate
know
Lumbo.
exactly
It's like,
I know exactly who to contact. I am gonna fire off. It's all right. Remind me tomorrow. I got a good contact text tomorrow. Remind me tomorrow to text this person.
smoke
It's
machine.
too late to
I could see us having a smoke machine and something going horribly, horribly wrong.
Yeah.
With my crippled ass coming out of the smoke machine and tripping and just horrible
It's
things
not
happen.
the smoke isn't made by
So Dave, make that happen.
Okay, first of all, you seem to be worried that the smoke is made by actual fire and that you're going to maybe burn Port Orleans down. That's not how the smoke machines work.
I think he's worried about being blinded.
I know. I wasn't worried about burning Port Orleans down. I was worried about the smoke confusing me. I trip and knock stuff over and cause like a calamity. I wouldn't think I would like burn Port Orleans.
By the way, at the live show, I'm going to be like that guy in that video around at the wedding who's got the sparkler.
Yeah.
That's going to be me. Who lights the flower on fire and then just casually just throws it off and puts it out.
Yeah, Biloxi Blue says we need walk-up music.
Yes, we need walk-up music. I listen to the Doughboys. It's a podcast about fast food restaurant reviews, and they do live shows and they have walk-up music.
I like that.
All right, well, I'm gonna fire off a text right now.
So of course,
actually,
I thought this show with two topics, the quarterback list and the greatest Saints villain prelim bracket, would be like an hour. Of course, we still went an hour and a half because that's what we do. But what other Saints podcasts?
Kevin's bit was like 10 minutes just to lead up to.
It doesn't matter. Other Saints podcasts are taking breaks. They're like, "Oh, we'll be back when camp starts." Not us. We give you 90 freaking minutes. Support the show. Support the show. You know, that's what I'm saying because we're the best.
NJLD.
Now, when I say we're the best, I don't just like it's not just me saying it. Like we have awards. We could prove it. We're the best.
We've got plaques with cocaine residue on them.
Damn it. We have plaques that are faux gold, and our names are possibly spelled correctly. What more?
But pronounced incorrectly.
Joliki. Joloco? Joliki?
All right. So, now you're just trying to say it wrong.
I know.
Ralph can't say anyone's name right.
So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us. For Andrew, who's on vacation, for Dave, for Kevin, for Thomas running the show back in Poland, doing an amazing job. He made all the graphics, did a tremendous job. Thank him. Remember, kids, if you're going to support a Saints podcast, you ought to support a Saints podcast that wins freaking awards. And until next week, the bar is closed.